Have you seen the adverts charging you £40 to £80 to restore your yellowed headlights to nice, clean, shiny white ones like new? Yeah, well, we're not paying that. We're going to do it ourselves. First part of this process, which takes about an hour for two sets of headlights, is to clean them. Here we're using a proprietary glass cleaner to just take all the road grime and all the muck that's sprayed onto the headlights over the years and get that off so that we have a comparatively smooth surface on which to work. Next, we're going to carefully mask all the paintwork around the headlights. It is actually quite time consuming, particularly if you're not good at masking things. But it does protect the paint from the risk of being abraded by our next step. If we get on with it, of course, it doesn't take long at all. You don't have to do this. If you're careful, you can get away without the masking. But I thought for this side, we'd mask just to prove that I can do it. Quite quickly, it would seem. This is the next part. This is where we actually get down to removing all the nasty yellowness and everything else. Using some fine wet and dry, in this case it's 1200 grit, we're using it very wet. We lightly rub over the surface of the plastic protector. You can tell by the colour of the washings what's going on. To begin with, it's really yellow and nasty, and as you slowly remove that top layer, and it's only a couple of microns, the washings start to become nice and cleanly white and creamy. Almost good enough to eat, although I wouldn't really recommend it. And we'll do this over both, in this case I think it's the dip beam we're working on, and the main beam and the indicator. There's no pressure on this. We do it nice and lightly and gently, just like wiping a baby's bum with sandpaper. And to put a nice smooth finish onto the plastic after we've scraped away at it with sandpaper, we're going to polish it with a metal polish. In this case it's a pretend Brasso type stuff, which is wonderful for polishing perspex, and it leaves a really nice, smooth, shiny finish. Here you can actually apply quite a bit of pressure if you want to. It's not nearly as abrasive as the wet and dry. Now I do recommend it, particularly if you've got the edge of a piece of perspex you want to make really smooth. Finally is to use something like Brasso. It's actually less abrasive than toothpaste, but quite hard work. And finally, just to give a sort of token gesture of protection against the weather and the rain and the road grit and everything else, I'm going to give it a bit of a wax. And if I was feeling enthusiastic, I'd do the rest of the car at the same time, but I've got a machine for that. It doesn't fit on the headlights. This is some cheap wax that I bought from Trago Mills, but it serves a purpose and it makes the metalwork come up quite nice too. In all, to do both sides, the 4 headlights and the 2 indicators on the front of my car, it took about an hour and saved me 60 quid. Not bad going. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.